More than 10 years ago, Beijing grappled with recurring thick yellow and grey smog, which obscured nearly everything from view. Residents coped by securing their windows, wearing face masks, and relying on air purifiers to evade what became recognized as the city's air crisis. Annually, an estimated 1.2 million Chinese citizens succumbed prematurely due to poor air conditions. This dire situation gained global attention, prompting Chinese authorities to initiate a multi-billion-dollar campaign against pollution. Fast forward a decade, and the outcomes of these endeavors are palpable. A report reveals that China's pollution levels plummeted by 42% from 2013 to 2021, representing a significant milestone amidst deteriorating pollution trends in other parts of Asia, notably South Asia. The annual Air Quality Life Index report, issued by the Energy Policy Institute at the University of Chicago, commended China's remarkable progress in combating pollution. The question arises, how did China successfully curtail its air pollution and make significant strides in tackling climate change? In this video, we'll delve into China's strategies for tackling air pollution and explore the valuable lessons that other countries can glean from its experience. Becoming the globe's manufacturing hub has come with consequences. China's swift economic expansion, boasting an average annual GDP growth exceeding 10% for over a decade, has spurred a notable surge in emissions. In the past 10 years alone, China has outstripped every other nation in annual greenhouse gas emissions, including carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide. It assumed the mantle of the world's foremost emitter in 2005, surpassing the United States, as documented by ClimateWatch, albeit per capita emissions in the US still eclipse those in China twofold. The primary driver behind this emissions surge is coal, which constitutes nearly two-thirds of China's energy consumption. China leads globally in coal production and accounts for roughly half of its worldwide usage. Despite the government halting new coal-fired power plant constructions in 2016, a surge in construction followed once the ban lifted in 2018. In 2020, China added over 3 times more new coal power capacity than the rest of the world combined. The rapid urbanization across China has further exacerbated this trend. With burgeoning cities, there's an escalating demand for energy to fuel new manufacturing centers and industries. The construction of these facilities necessitates energy-intensive materials, like cement and steel. Furthermore, the proliferation of automobiles on Chinese roads has been staggering, skyrocketing from around 27 million in 2004 to 240 million in 2018. How China tackles air pollution. Recognizing the pressing need to confront climate change, the Chinese government has made firm commitments. They have set ambitious targets, including attaining carbon neutrality by 2060, peaking carbon dioxide emissions before 2030, and aiming for renewable energy to constitute 25% of total energy consumption by 2030. In September 2013, Beijing unveiled a 5-year action plan to combat the severe air pollution afflicting the city. This plan outlined ambitious objectives aimed at safeguarding public health and fostering sustainable long-term growth. It delineated specific targets and enforced stricter emissions standards ahead of national regulations, while also closing critical gaps in enforcement to ensure effective implementation. One of the plan's primary focuses was on the transportation sector, particularly addressing vehicle emissions. The city implemented a lottery system for license plates, making it more challenging to obtain plates for new fossil fuel-powered cars. Conversely, acquiring a plate for an electric vehicle was streamlined, thereby encouraging the transition to cleaner transport alternatives. Moreover, the strategy aimed to alleviate truck congestion and emissions by rerouting lorries to beltways, diverting them away from densely populated areas. China, once renowned as the kingdom of bicycles, experienced a shift towards car usage due to economic expansion and urbanization, detrimentally impacting air quality. To rejuvenate cycling, Beijing reintroduced bike-sharing programs to encourage eco-friendly commuting. Beyond transportation, substantial investments were directed towards infrastructure, including the expansion of the subway network and the establishment of high-speed rail connections. This bolstered public transport choices, diminishing dependence on cars for intracity travel while enhancing intercity connectivity. Additionally, the plan addressed non-vehicular pollution sources, such as coal-fired boilers, by promoting cleaner fuels for household consumption and restructuring industries to curtail emissions. Efforts were also undertaken to combat dust pollution by rehabilitating degraded ecosystems and increasing green spaces within the city. However, these initiatives incurred significant financial costs, with Beijing's air pollution control budget escalating from just over 3 billion yuan in 2013 to over 18 billion yuan in 2017. By the conclusion of 2017, the outcomes were palpable, with evident enhancements in air quality. There was a 35% decrease in the annual average concentration of PM2.5 from 2013, a reduction of over 93% in sulfur dioxide levels since 1998, and nearly a 38% decline in instances of nitrous dioxide. Occurrences of heavy pollution became less frequent and less severe, signifying advancements in the city's efforts to combat air pollution. Could China emerge as the frontrunner in renewable energy? China is steering towards a green trajectory, exemplified by its Powering China's Green Future initiative, distinguished for its unparalleled speed and scale in expanding renewable energy. In 2022, China installed solar capacity equivalent to the combined installations of the rest of the world and then doubled that figure in 2023. At this pace, it's positioned to achieve its solar targets by 2025, potentially reaching a standalone solar power capacity of 1,000 gigawatts by the close of 2026. Such an accomplishment would substantially contribute to the global objective of attaining 11,000 gigawatts of installed renewable capacity by 2030, as stipulated in the Paris Agreement. Notably, fossil fuels now constitute less than half of China's total installed generation capacity, marking a significant decline from a decade ago when they comprised two-thirds of the power capacity, all achieved within just 10 years. China has not only asserted dominance in the production of solar and wind technology, but has also secured a near monopoly on the supply chain components, such as rare earths and strategic minerals essential for clean energy. With over 80% of the world's solar manufacturing capacity, China's renewables sector has substantially lowered global prices, rendering renewable systems more accessible, particularly for economically disadvantaged nations. Moreover, China has made considerable advancements in wind, battery, and electric vehicle (EV) technologies, with companies like BYD emerging as global frontrunners in EV manufacturing, presenting formidable competition to established automotive brands. This progress is aimed at fulfilling its carbon intensity targets set for 2025. China is under pressure to reach emission peaks this year and accomplish a 4% to 6% reduction by 2025. While certain analysts regard these objectives as daunting, maintaining momentum demands that the government remains steadfast in its commitments. This entails regulating new coal capacity and expediting the adoption of renewable energy sources. These endeavors are crucial for China to remain on course with its overarching environmental goals. What are your thoughts on whether China can peak its carbon emissions before 2030 and reach carbon neutrality by 2060? Share your opinions in the comments section below. Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, please like and share the video and subscribe to get exclusive videos about how phenomenally China is developing and growing its influence over the world. Until the next video, stay tuned.